Okay. This time I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Universe 3¼ inch figure for Psylocke. This is her. This is pretty much all that comes in the box. That's really all you get. There's the packaging for it, so you can see kind of like in scale. They are really 3¼ inch figures. I mean, they're not very big at all for anybody who's never owned one. Packaging. Now I know the old ones used to come with some extra stuff. I'm kind of pissed about it. Been looking for this figure for a little while. Again, just like the last figure. These are getting kind of hard to find down here where I'm at. It's Scalper Central. So, anyways, so the Psylocke figure comes in the packaging, regular old blister packaging. They used to come with the little foot stands that you can put them on that had their name. Doesn't have it. I mean, I bought 2 of these. Neither of them have it, so they don't have it. This right here is a little collectible comic shot, as they call it, is pretty shitty. Really, it's a piece of cardboard. It's not even two-sided. I'm not even going to take it out to explain it because it's that bad. I just left it in the package, and that's it. It's got a little shot of her on there, I believe. I mean, it should be an actual comic cover. I don't know which issue. I'm not sure, but so the art looks good. But again, it's a piece of cardboard. There's nothing on the other side. There's no stats or anything like that. So it's basically a tossing. It's crap. So enough about the package itself. So for the figure, you get Betsy here, which of course better known as Psylocke. What you do have, so you've got her little psionic sword, which is a very flimsy rubberized plastic. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It would have been nice if they painted the handle or something, or actually, you know, if they painted the entire thing. I mean, the clear looks nice, but maybe make, I don't know, like a pearlescent color to it. It just would have looked better. I mean, you can see right there, it comes in the packaging like shoved in there, so it's all bent. Yes, you can bend it back. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's pretty flimsy. For this size character, I guess it's fairly appropriate. So I don't hate it. I just think they could have done better with it, honestly. Just not much to it. So let's put that aside for the second being here. Now, so on the other hand, this one I actually do really kind of like. I believe this is supposed to be one of her psychic knives. This little deal, so it does pop off. It comes separate in the package. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer here. Same material as the sword, but much thicker. So I mean, you can tell it looks like a big purple booger, but it's pretty neat. I do like it. It looks really good on the figure. I mean, in size scale, it's pretty big. I mean, you can pose her up with it, and it looks pretty alright. It just kind of like, it's a little difficult sometimes to get it to stay. It clips on there, and I found it kind of helps if you shove her thumb inside that little divot there, but it does hold in there alright. So yeah, it'll stay on there. It's not crap, so I do like that. I mean, it kind of makes up for the crappy sword, but whatever, I'll take it. I'm going to take that off for the time being as well, and we'll look at the figure itself. So this is one of the few 3¼ inch Marvel figures I have. I don't have a bunch of these. I mean, they're kind of small for my taste, but I was really excited because Psylocke's probably one of my favorite characters, and I saw this figure and I just wanted to get it. Been looking for it for a while. Some of the downsides I'll go into before I get into the pluses. Yeah, that looks goofy. Anyways, okay, so painting on here is pretty good. The face, I do like the face. The face looks pretty alright. She's got what looks like pink eyes. You can just barely see. I mean, there are irises in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that in this video or not. But yeah, so you can see. I mean, it's painted pretty well. The hair is painted. It's got a nice wash on it. I mean, the hair is rubberized. You can see. So, but it does move, which is nice because her head can turn. She does have articulation in her head, but it's kind of hampered by the hair. I don't really want to like. I'm afraid that over time, I mean, I may break the hair or I may pop her head right off, which will probably pop back on, but it's just loosening the ball joint in the long run, and I don't want to do that. So the head, pretty good. Head sculpt's fantastic. I think it's probably one of the better Psylocke's I've seen. I know they got the old, I don't know if it was a Marvel Select, but it was gigantic. And it just didn't look all that right. I'm not a fan of it, so I passed up on it. I'm kind of happy about that. But we'll see. I don't know if there's an old Marvel Select line of her, but I'm going to take a look and see if I can't find it. So for what we've got here in articulation, let's go, we'll start at the top and kind of work our way down here. We've got the arms, so the arms have a ball joint here, so you can rotate that. Range of motion, I mean, you can do all the way around. And you guys can kind of see that there. I'm not too crazy about that. I don't know if it's just this figure or if they're all like that, but they didn't paint, like, the arm was painted when it must have been in a straight form like this. So before, of course, they put it on the figure and what have you. And then when they were done painting it, they slide this down, and that's just plastic. It's clear plastic, and I gotta say, 90% of the time, her arms are gonna be down like this. So I don't know why they do that. Well, another nitpicky thing, but I'd like to not see plastic where I should see paint. So, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, you, up and down motion on the arm, you can go all the way up with it. You can go all the way down with it. So of course, with, you know, the full rotation, you got pretty decent motion there. Now you've got an elbow joint here, which that's about as far as that goes. That's it. So not too much there. Now the hand does rotate. Of course, the hand doesn't move or anything. There's no articulation there, but the hand does rotate all the way around. So you can do whatever you need to do with that. It works pretty nice. I mean, I usually put her Psyche knife in that hand, obviously because it's made for that. The other hand's made for the sword, or so it would seem. And it's pretty alright. I mean, it's okay. I feel like it's not that articulated, but for a figure this size, I don't blame them. It would probably just fall apart if it had a whole bunch of joints and what have you on it. Now, she's got her little trademark sash here. It's pretty okay. It's cheap rubber. It just hangs there. It doesn't really do much. I feel like I wish it'd be longer, but they're not going to do that, of course. Some of the comics go overboard. I mean, the thing looks like it's 50 feet long hanging off of her, so they're not going to do that. Now, she does have, you can see right under her hair right there, she does, let me move the arm out of the way for you. She does move. She has, I don't know what kind of joint it is inside there. I don't know if it's just a regular ball joint. It sort of looks like it. I can see a peg in there. But, yeah, it's alright. I mean, she can look down. So I mean, I would assume if a kid was playing with this, it'd be cool because you can move it up, you can move it down, they can look. So I mean, it's pretty realistic range of motion on her. She has the classic moving joint chest boob syndrome, so she just has boobs hanging out there. Whatever. I mean, it's all right. It looks pretty good. At least you just don't have a gap there. So there's no gap in between it that you can visibly see. It looks good. So no sort of paint transfers issues like that. It's all the same color. So I don't have to worry about moving that around too much. The hips. You do have rotating hips. I mean, you can see that's all the way around. So she now has a front butt. But it works pretty good. I like it. So you can do all kinds of poses with her. The legs, on the other hand, I am very hesitant to play around with these that much because I feel like they're gonna pop off. They feel a little bit tight. They don't really go all over the place like I wish they would, but you can get some okay posability out of it. Nothing really to write home about, but it does work. So that's about as far up as I want to make them go, because I feel like they're gonna pop right off of there. The knees, as you kind of saw earlier, the knees are okay. I mean, they fold up pretty. That's pretty good. So they can come all the way out. They go a little bit. That one's not as bad as the other one. The other one kind of goes all the way up. Yeah, like broken leg. Kind of gross looking. But that's all right. Better to bend a little bit more than not bend enough. So the knees are pretty good, pretty decent. You can pose those up pretty good. Working with the legs, I mean, is all right. So you can get her all kinds of stuff. She can be doing whatever you want her to do. It does have better knee articulation than the War Machine figure I reviewed, so that's good. It's kind of a refreshing, different take on a leg mold. Now the feet. Now this is what I kind of have an issue with on this figure. So these are the feet, right? They're not my feet. They're the feet. They're Psylocke's feet. There is a joint in there somewhere. I mean, you can see they rotate that far, and then they also come up a little bit. This is sort of like the leg. I feel like it's gonna break. I feel like if I go any more past this, it's gonna snap. I can go back a little bit, that's okay, but I don't really care about it going that way. So, I mean, it works, but not for most of my posing. So I'm not too crazy about the ankles. They do rotate, so you can turn them, but there's no rocker. It doesn't. There's no ankle rocker. I have old Spider-Man figures that have ankle rockers, and they're, you know, around this size. I don't know why they can't just add that in there. But whatever. It's another nitpicky thing, but it is nice to have that ankle rocking articulation, because if you pose them out like this, right, you're gonna turn the foot, and then you're gonna have to bend the knee to get that. So you can't even really do it. You're gonna have to get a flat footing on the ground. If you had the ankle rocker, you could bring it out and you fold this down and you're ready to roll, but it just doesn't work like that on this. So it does limit posability somewhat, especially in standing form, but it's whatever. Again, another nitpicky thing for me. I try and pretend I want them to be as perfect as possible, but it always lets you down. But not that it's a bad figure. Now, let's zoom up here. This is part of my problem with these. I don't know, I mean, quality control issues or what have you, but there's a lot of overpainting and a lot of paint splotches all over the place. You can see right here, at least I hope you can see right there. I mean, the stripes on her leg, of course I couldn't see this from the front. It looks great. In the packaging, I'm picking it out thinking, oh great, this one's gonna be awesome. I guess I missed this on the arm a little bit. You got another overpaint issue there, but yeah, so you can see right there on the arm. But yeah, more noticeable on the ass. Not so great. Whatever, you won't see it if you just posed up on there. When I put it on the shelf, I'll probably forget it happened. So other than that, I mean, I give it a thumbs up. I think it's a pretty good figure. I would probably, I mean, if they put out more figures that I like in the 3 1/4 inch line, I'll probably buy them. Oh, that's not focused very well, is it? I mean, if they put out more figures on the line, yeah, I'll probably buy them. But I don't know that I'll go out of my way to really start collecting these all that much. They don't look as good as the Marvel Select line. They're not as articulated, I think. They're not as well painted. And that may just be my experiences, but it seems to be the case. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for them, if you find a character you like, go for it. Otherwise, I'd say, I don't know, I'd give them a pass. But just keep your eye out. If you like Psylocke, go for it. Like I said, I give her a thumbs up. I think she's good. The fact that they included, you know, the little psychic knives, and you can see it, that's pretty cool looking. Anybody who doesn't think that looks cool, I mean, something wrong with you. So give it a shot. I think you'll like her. Maybe just give a skip on some of the crappier ones out there. I mean, on the shelf I can see a ton. I mean, they've got like Cable and Cyclops. We've got a million Cyclops figures. I don't need a crappy looking Cyclops figure to add to my collection. So, but anyways, I say if you find her, go for it. If not, give it a pass up. Either way, you'll be happy.